Hey YouTube. Well, I guess I got my question answered. Yesterday, day before yesterday, or something like that. Anyway, I asked the question. I said, did Michelle and Josh, did they break up? I was curious because he wasn't there behind her anymore, and he was doing his another channel, right? It seemed innocent enough to me. I mean, I do have a little bit of mess in my nature, but I don't think it was being messy necessarily. Anyway, so I'm browsing around last night, right? First, I browsed around to Josh's channel because I'm not familiar with him, but he says some funny things, particularly when he's angry, upset. So I said, let me just browse around here and see it, because people were telling me on my comments that okay, he's out of town, he's visiting his family, and he's just blogging as he's on his trip, right? So I don't mind if I'm wrong. I don't know that I was asking a question. I wasn't saying that he was definitely broken up, but I asked it, and there's a reasonable answer. So that's what he's doing. He went on vacation, and he just blogged on his vacation. That would explain the whole thing, right? I don't think it was any big deal. But then when I go over his channel, people on his channel. You know, when you like if I'm watching on someone else's channel, right? And if my name is mentioned, it highlights it, right? So I go to Josh's channel, and Lord, it's red lights all over the goddamn place. Ooh, you should have heard what he said. Ooh, why is Timothy Blaine coming for you? Ooh, with the haters. I said, well, goddamn. I'm a hater. I hate this child because I asked if he had split with Michelle. All right, so I said, okay, people, I ain't the only one messy. A lot of messy people on here, but it's all in fun. I'm not offended by that. I know how people are, but I wasn't reading that child. I was just making a comment and asking a question. So okay, so today it's been a slow YouTube day, right? So about an hour ago, I checked it. I said, let me go and check and see what Miss Michelle's doing. Now I got angry with her. I don't have a huge problem with her, but we are in total disagreement about the way the situation with Maddie and trans people was handled. I don't agree with her on that. That don't mean I hate her for life, or I'm sending her to Hades, which would be hell. I'm not sending anybody to hell. I'm just saying I don't agree with you on that. And I did think that was manipulative and messy, right? I think you were doing it for clicks and subs. But anyway, I didn't like the way the whole thing was handled. But I said, well, I can still check in on her. I'm not subscribed to her no more, but I can still look in there. I look on there, child, and here we go, the red boxes. Why is Timothy Blaine reading you? Oh, Timothy Blaine said your name. Oh, I said, oh my God. It's worse than high school. Lord. So anyway, no, I'm not reading those children. So that's the explanation. Josh had already announced that he was going on a trip. He's planning on a trip. I think at first he said he didn't even know where he was going to go, but he wanted to get out of town for a minute, right? So that's what he was doing. And so when we saw his lives, and it looked kind of a pitiful setting, he was in hotel rooms, traveling around. So that would explain that whole thing. Now, as Ms. Michelle, well, she didn't say anything back. She didn't say anything nasty, but people don't get it twisted. I'm not after anybody. I'm not trying to be particularly messy, but I'm in my retirement years, and you know life can get boring. Sometimes you check in, and you check in with what was current. Now I'll say this about Miss Michelle: this thing is a business for her. See, for me, it's more like a hobby. At this point, I mean, you guys start checking for me in the millions, and I start bringing in the dollars, then I guess it would switch over, right? But for the moment, it's just a hobby. It's something to do. So I think that's a lot of a reason why some of these YouTube beefs get going. Nobody really gives a fuck. I don't think she thinks about Maddie night and day and all that kind of stuff. But it can escalate. But I think it's just play the game. And it is for views, subs. I mean, that's what the whole thing's about, really. If I say that name, then you go over to the other page and you check for that person. If you find them interesting or funny or something, then you subscribe to them and your numbers start going up. And I mean, I've seen it, so I don't see any big deal with all that. What else did I want to say? All right, people. I guess that's it. I'm just saying that y'all messy. y'all. I didn't recognize that this social media thing's a mess. I'm an old dude, so I'm a late bloomer with all this kind of stuff. I didn't know how fast things could travel, so you got to watch what you say because people are carried all the way across town. God bless you guys. Watch Empire tonight. I can't hardly wait. I want to see what happens next. So I'm interested in Empire, and I'll be reviewing it tonight. All right, later.